not the same as it ought to be.
Right, no, they need to be there. The guy said he needs to be there while this is running.
that's best.
And it's for a couple of hours. It wasn't, well, maybe all day, but it wasn't for days.
Okay.
So no, I don't want anybody doing this. I think we have enough experts around here that know everything about everything. No, let somebody, they could pay to have somebody come in. Would not give them that option to rent it and do it themselves.
Good idea,
Yeah.
yes, because then they'll,
So move forward with this board.
yes.
Good.
I think that's a good idea.
Julie?
Yeah, this is for, sorry, this is for each unit?
It would be individualized, yes. They would decide. It has no effect on any other unit. So I'm gonna see if I could get the price down. Fred is gonna give me the
Price I had, the company.
price, the company, because I never heard of this, because
It's just information for the residents.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get involved in the transaction.
well, I want to try and get the company out
Yeah.
to encourage. This way, guess who
So
doesn't
you
have to
will
hear
not
about
want
it?
to go through the office.
No, it's not, no. They call the company. This way, if
Right.
they're not satisfied with, so, you
So
know,
the board wouldn't be involved.
No.
And you wouldn't be involved. Okay.
what this is, Peg, is you remember one of our residents, they were not showing up. The company does not, it doesn't matter what company I
Big
get.
problem, yeah.
When I had Hometown, they changed hands, they were not showing up. And they had very high ratings. So now we changed companies, well, it's the same conversation. They're not showing up, I have termite, here's your alternative. I don't need to be in the middle of that
Involved.
anymore. I said, I can't control the company not showing up. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, okay, let me work on that, and then we'll get moving with that. Increase in condo questionnaire fee to a flat 250. What's happening now with the mortgages and Miami, all that nonsense down there? And the price is going up. Now, has the building been inspected? Why hasn't, it's 1,001 more questions. I think if people want to get a mortgage, they just have to pay the 250 because it's question after question after question. It's no longer one shot. So I think, why don't we just make it a straight 250? Do you want any other fees raised? They're all kind of the same.
Currently 100?
It depends. 50, it depends how many items they need. So, and why don't we put a max of 5? I mean, they want the condo docs. Why don't we put with the max of,
But all that, you just tell them it's available online, don't you?
no, I have to provide it.
Oh, you?
No, I have to provide everything they ask. So some of those questionnaires are like 6 pages now.
Yeah. But
Some could be a page.
As a resident, I would have to be prepared to provide the condo docs, because I've been hanging on to those for years.
Bless you.
No, when a mortgage company, they have a list of requirements.
Yeah.
The unit or purchaser doesn't, or the unit owner doesn't give that, the office would have to give it, even though it's online.
Oh, for God's sake.
So they want the condo docs. Well, then they want an interpretation. I don't do interpretations. That's a
Right.
no-no. So I think once the building is inspected, and I will work on that next week, I have to work on that pipe because there's going to be a, what do you call it, the city permit on that. I'm still waiting for the air conditioning. I write them, do you want a deposit on the air conditioning on the
For you?
clubhouse? Yeah. I don't get a response, so I haven't sent a deposit. I think I'm just going to have to call them and figure that out and get going with that. All right?
So there's no air conditioning in half the clubhouse at the moment?
In the back room.
Oh, the back room, okay.
Kitchen?
The back room.
Pool
the
room,
exercise.
The exercise
Oh,
room.
Yeah. So don't exercise,
Or make
No sweat.
Don't sweat. And
Okay.
we'll put it for on this, we'll put a maximum of 5 items. Is there a motion for this?
I'll make the motion.
Peg, second.
I second it,
Helen, the board is in agreement?
yes.
For the
Yes.
250.
250.
Yes.
And up to maximum 5 items. So the condo docs, the insurance, they want insurance policies, they want condo docs,
Yeah.
they want financial statements, they want,
Really nosy, aren't they?
it's not nosy,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They just want what they want. It's a ripoff.
Yeah, but-
Mortgages are ripoffs.
I think
Yeah,
No, you know that.
Yeah, I went through the process not too long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the items. I don't know if 5 is even worth it. I definitely think we need to increase it. I'm fine with the 250. If we want it, if in general it's more than 5, then I feel like putting a limit at 5 just seems ridiculous. If it's usually more than 5, if that's the case, then why not just bump it up to 300 or something? You know what I mean? But I think if it's generally less than 5, that's fine. We can
It's
put it back.
generally less than 5.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
you know, they're really a pain in the ass. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And
Yeah.
it's not because, like for instance, they think I'll give you a good example, the reserves. Well, we have something less than 10%. So, but the bank requires 10% or greater to fund reserves. So I said, well, if it's not needed, why would we do that? Well, it's required by them. So the response was, well, the association does not run for the banks, it runs for the resident, the owners, right?
Yes.
But they don't understand that because they think their requirements should supersede what the, and I says, but you understand they're mostly funded, right?
Uh-huh.
So, you know, if I put 10% or greater, that means the maintenance has to go up. So, oh, and by the way, they're funded till the end of the year. I just went ahead and paid it. So we're still, believe it or not, initially speaking, could change next month, I don't know, but we're like 11,000 positive. But I got that 6,000 or 7,000 over there, and we're gonna have the hedge done, and, you know, things are gonna get done.
Yeah. you
So-
can spend some of it.
It's not that it's not gonna be spent, but again, we had too much money, that's why the maintenance was lowered. Because we don't wanna leave ever too much money for people who know what they're doing, just in case you all decide that's it, which I wouldn't blame anybody. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
Yes, Helen mentioned about that one unit, B116, if that's correct, with the.
Yeah, we don't wanna get into too much details, but just speak, you
Yes, so
understand.
the only thing is, yes, time is of the essence because of mold.
Yeah.
Why don't we, is this an idea, go to Home Depot, spend, what is it? I'm guessing $500, $300 on a portable AC unit to just put in there? and
I got
plug
it
in?
figured out this
Oh, okay,
morning.
Okay,
I called them, I said, because I was just a disaster.
They put a dehumidifier on there, but it's very weak.
Yeah, so, no, the answer is, their air conditioning company needs to keep going out every week to check the freon in the system. It doesn't leak out in a day or two, it's
Okay.
over a period of time.
all right.
If she keeps it at 79, it should be okay. 2 weeks, 3 weeks seems to be but she also has the phone, you know, she could see the temperature, and if it's not working, she could always call them. But initially, Monday, they may have to get in there, and then after that, they can just go on the roof and just charge it up. So there will be an expense, and then the end result is, it's not about a fault today, it's let's get it fixed. So, and everything has a step it has to go through. And not liking the step, or I'm not, or F you, is not gonna work. We gotta get past it. So, but right now, I'm gonna have to write the lawyer, and that individual is gonna have to, we can't have 3 people in there at the same time because she may get upset, or if she can't breathe, whatever it is, it's fine. But 3 people have to be in there. When the suggestion was, well, you can't be in there, please go find yourself a hotel room, and eventually we'll figure out all the money issues in the end. If it's the association may be responsible, I don't know. But no, I can't work with that. So the attorney has to be involved, and people's rights have to be honored, which is not a big deal. And then we go from there, but it's going to be time consuming. It's going to be very time, and the attorneys have to talk to each other, then they have to go back to their clients. So I have to make it clear, the minimum is Steve must be in that unit, He must protect the association's responsibilities. He's familiar with it. Any licensed air conditioning guy, it does not have to be the unit owner's choice, but another another way of accommodation, okay, we'll use yours if it, anything to move this along. You were both sitting there. Well, no, I want now just mine, and you can't come in the apartment, is not gonna work.
And
Then-
That
she
sounds-
said, I wanna limit the amount of people in there
Yeah.
as far as Steve or you go.
Right,
She only wants her air conditioning guy
Right.
in there.
That sounds.
And it's like, I don't know your deodorant, I don't know your
laundry
soap. I'm
detergent,
allergic to
yes, I'm
everything.
sick.
And everybody, and I can't breathe, and it's like, oh my God.
But she sat with all of us fine.
Yeah,
She
well,
doesn't-
then we got blamed for
She
that.
said
Yeah.
it had an awful effect on her.
Yeah, so she can't open the door for us to go in there 5 minutes to see, so Steve can determine what,
Why she wear a mask?
That's a terrible
it's a
situation.
terrible situation, but she has rights, and they must be respected,
I
the
don't know
law
what the
must
hell
be.
she's doing in Florida, she belongs in the Green Mountains of
Okay,
Vermont.
not a big
She
deal,
can't breathe.
it's okay, but every accommodation was, then the line get moved a little bit more, over and explaining why, nope, not interested, and then crying.
And then agreeing to everything, or
Yeah.
half of everything, and going home and sending an email, she's sick, the dog's sick,
Yeah,
everybody.
no, I need it today.
Can't do it.
If it's at
Yeah.
12 o'clock, I'm having a board meeting now,
Reschedule.
yeah. So the way to handle this is let the unit owner with the problem every week, let them go. Eileen can clearly see what's going on in the unit with her phone. And, put the air on so we don't have mold and mildew, and then very costly, because I was told last night, because I spoke with them at length, they're very nice people, but, if there's mold and mildew and the association can't get in, somebody's gonna have to pay for that, and,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
it's our fault, that's our.
Are we
duty.
ready for a Xanax now? Because I am.
I think we're through the agenda.
Julie, I
Is
hope
anything
nobody's
else?
mad at work with you for taking the
I was
time.
gonna say, just a little bit behind.
All right,
Um,
I think we're good.
Have
Just
motion
tell them you
to
did a good deed, you listened to me for a half hour, an hour, goodbye.
adjourn? Motion to adjourn?
But I want to make sure we were all on the same page with everything, so thank you all for your patience and listening to
I
me.
second the motion.
I'm so sick of listening to me. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.
Helen, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, Ellen.
and it's
Julie,
100
thank you.
degrees in Florida, just for your information.
That's what I see, yeah.
It's